कर्तृत्व भोक्तृत्व नियंत्रित्व विवर्जितं सकलागम संवेद्यं नित्यानंद गुरुं.
You will stop overeating. The unnecessary things accumulated about every subject will drop drastically. Understand the major difference. Our mind always plays the game. No. If I am saying for everything, what will happen to my life? It will only become much better. You don't know. It will only become much better. Try. I'll answer your questions. Try just for a few days. Just for a few days. Make this unclutching as lifestyle. You see, I'm using a decent word, unclutching. If I just say, it looks a little unsacred. But that is practical. It looks a little undivine. It looks a little unsacred. What is this? 4 days we sat. In the end of the day, he is telling, And you go to the house. Wife asks, what did that Swami teach? Your manager is asking, what did you do in the 4 days meditation workshop? But the truth is this what? Understand these basic few things. Unclutch from anything. Don't bother. All you need is little courage. Little courage. I know your mind will say, no, you don't know the mess, all the mess I created in my life. Now suddenly if I unclutch, what will happen to all the, I may not create new mess, but what will happen to all the mess I created earlier? Don't bother. I'm telling you honestly. I'm telling you from the straight experience. And one more thing, I am responsible for what I am teaching. I know. Thousands of you are sensitive to what I am teaching and you are practicing. I am responsible for it. With that responsibility I am talking. Understand? I am not an impractical sadhu who is sitting in a forest just counting his beads and talking some nonsense. No. I am sitting in a throne. That is the reason I sit in golden throne. Just to tell you, just like how you maintain your company, house and everything, I am maintaining. I am a practical sadhu who is running a kingdom. Understand? My organization is equal to more than any company. Every day I make at least 300, 400 decisions. So I am not talking something impractical. What I am talking to you, I am living and it is practical. It pays. Understand? It pays. What I am talking can improve your balance sheet. I am not talking something impractical where you will be lying down on your bed saying, I am not talking that impractical things. Try. You will see. You will go to the office beautifully. People ask me, no, how can it be? If I am constantly unclutching, how will I go to office? How will I do my routine? How will it happen? Understand? If you had a fight morning in the house, as usual. You see, whole day, your mind will be planning, thinking, preparing your reply, and it will be depressed, heavy. Whole day you will be doing that job, but you will be doing your job, office work. Am I right or not? When you can be depressed and do your office job, why can't you be liberated and do your office job? Simple logic. When a part of you can be depressed and continue your office job, why can't part of you be unclutched and continue the same office job? It is possible. We never tried. It is possible. We never tried. Understand? Even if part of you is depressed, tensed, planning for your evening fight, you are doing your job. You are doing your office job. You are making decisions. You are doing all your work. Everything is going smoothly. Everything is handled. You can see many times. You will sit in your car, drive more than half an hour. Only when you reach your office and switch off the car, you remember you drove for half an hour. You only took right, left, gave brake for the signal. You did everything. Pressing the accelerator, taking right turn, left turn, pressing the brake for signal. You did at least 200 things. Only when you switch off the car in your office, parking lot, you just remember, oh God, half an hour you drove. Half an hour you drove. How many of you had this experience in your life? Then you are already master. You have mastered the art of unclutching and driving. Then why should you have fear? 3 hours of your life, 24 hours, if you remember this and come back to your center, actually, when you unclutch, please understand, just understand that first. See, now, whole thing is, now what I am talking in this NSP, like this 5-6 NSP initiations I have put in YouTube. Sit with YouTube. Now, don't waste time in taking notes, you will miss it. 5-6 different versions of my initiation is in YouTube. Watch. Now understand, internalize every point. Don't miss. Understand? When you unclutch and sit for a few minutes, you will have a kind of a awareness in this area. This area you will settle down. Below the heart center, above the navel center. That is the area you will usually feel like you are settling. All I am saying is, when you again and again and again unclutch in your whole day routine, whenever emotional tsunami attacks you, unclutch and come back. Whether your boss firing at you or you firing at somebody, when you are imbalanced, come back. Come back to that center. Even if you come back and be in that center for 2 to 3 hours in a day, you will carry that flavor of unclutching whole day. All your decisions will be made out of that unclutching mood. All your decisions, your actions will be out of that Nirvikalpa mood. See, carrying that Nirvikalpa mood in your life is enough, you will be Jivan Mukta. You will be Jivan Mukta. Nothing else is required. Instead of carrying the depressed mood whole day, irritated mood whole day and working, I am just replacing that mood to this mood. Actually, what will happen, if you practice the replacing of irritation mood to this unclutching mood, within a month you will see, you just start rejoicing that unclutching mood. The time in which you stay in that unclutching mood will start expanding. The recovery time from any tsunami will start reducing. The first 10 days, the recovery time will be 2-3 hours. If you had a fight, it will take 2 hours for you to recover and come back to the center. After a month, it will be half an hour. After 2 months, it will not be more than 3-4 thought. 3-4 thought. Hey, all right, this is what, come on, get back, over. Nothing else. Recovery time, reducing the recovery time is Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Understand? I am making the whole thing practical day to day. Please understand, I am not reducing or diluting the strength of the truths. I am only making it practical. We always have a problem. If it is practical, it is diluted. No. I am not diluting. I am making it practical. I am making it very clear and practical. Every statement I made is Shastrokta, accepted by the Shastras. Every sentence I made, I can give you the support from the tradition, from the truths of Upanishads, from the Vedic truths. Please understand, all you need is a simple confidence and trying it for next few days. That is the only thing, nothing else. Nothing else. Just trying it for next few days. Put this as a first priority for next few days. That's all I am asking. Understand? You may think, no. Next few days, if I am going on unclutching, I may lose something in my, who will take my business decisions, who will take my office decisions, I may lose something. If you lose something, think that is Guru Dakshina you gave for me. That's all. You won't lose anything. I am assuring you. I am assuring you won't lose anything. If you lose something, think it is a Guru Dakshina given to me. Forget about it. I tell you. Just the simple process. Anything which creates agitation in you, irritation in you, raises the heat of your blood. Just say, ah. Unclutch. Know thoroughly, nothing can sit in your inner space more than few seconds. Understand, this is a basic truth. Just the moment you have the thought of moving the right hand, it has already moved. If it comes back, again move the left hand. If it comes back, all you need, only 2-3 few times, not more than that. You will see very clearly, no problem is more adamant than your fear that problem may come back. See, the problem is not the problem. Your fear that problem may come back and may not leave you. That is the problem. Now, for example, if you have the deep fear, no, this problem may come back. How many times it takes to move that fear? It may take sometime 10 or sometime 20. But surely not more than, I can say surely not more than 50 times. You need to have the guts to sit, at least move 50 times. That's all. Your mind will ask, no. If you are doing constantly like this, how is it going to be solved in the practical world? That is what I am saying. You are intelligent enough. Your prarabdha is intelligent enough to create, maintain, live life and wealth. Please understand, you are intelligent enough to do whatever you need to do. You are not that dull. Your bio-memory is powerful enough to live and radiate what you need to achieve, what you need to do, without your irritated strategy planning mind. This is a basic truth I am trying to tell you. All I am saying is, your mind is not needed to run your life. That's all I am saying. I am saying, just tell your mind, get out, I will run. Just tell, get out, I am running. I am taking charge. I declare, I am coronate myself from now. This is what beautifully Shankara says, Swarajya Siddhi. Reclaiming your kingdom. Reclaiming your kingdom. Swarajya Siddhi. The big problem is, your mind is so cunning, it convinces you, without it you cannot run your life. It again and again and again comes back and tells you, I told you. That Swami Bengaluru Swami is speaking and you are listening. Come on, come to the house. I'll take care of you there. He will go away tomorrow. Tomorrow you have to live with me. Now, even now, one car is standing, like when elephant takes bath in the river and walks out, the street dogs will stand and bark. Nothing, elephant does not need to do anything. Just if it turns and shows the trunk, that dog will not even have time to turn and run. It will just step back and run. That fellow will not even take chance of turning and running. You can see, he will just put the leg back step by step. Only when he feels he is safe distance, he will turn and run. Same way, now the mind is standing in one corner and he is doing this Swami will go away tomorrow, I will talk to you tomorrow. And now I will keep quiet. Come to the house, and you cannot be sitting here all day, and he will go away tomorrow to Bangalore. That is what his mind is trying. It is trying all its best. See, it convinces you very clearly, you cannot run your life without it. That is where the problem starts. You have a strong feeling, no. If this mind goes, either I will lose all my wealth or name and fame, or the social credibility, all these things will be lost, or I may lose my balance. I may do all the chaotic things I want. No. By your nature, you are intelligent, balanced, alive, and creative. That is what I am saying. Trusting the prarabdha is trusting the self. Trusting your prarabdha is trusting yourself. Unless you trust yourself, you cannot trust the God. You cannot trust existence. Understand? The first trust you need to have is trusting you without the interference of the mind. I always tell people, people come and tell me, Swamiji, I don't believe in this meditation program. I can't come all this. You just tell me what service I can do for you. I tell them, I'm afraid of you. Please leave me. Escape from me. Or leave, I should escape from you. I tell them. If I always tell people, let me be served only by Jivan Muktas, then I'll be safe and I'll be happy. Please understand, you also tell yourself, unless you trust you, you can't trust me. If you say, no, I'm not interested in trusting me, enlightenment, all that, I'll trust you and do what you say. No, you are dangerous for me. You are dangerous for me. I have seen. I take care only people who meditate, feel connected, are living around me. I accept any money or any donation from them. If you are associated with our mission, you will know. Anything anybody comes and offers, first thing I will tell, meditate for 6 months, then I will tell. That's the first statement I will make. Because if you don't trust you without prarabdha, you cannot trust me or God. Be very clear. If some of you are thinking you had devotion towards God or Guru and unable to trust this truth, trusting your prarabdha, be very clear, your devotion is pseudo, business deal. If you are able to trust you with your prarabdha without mind, then your devotion is authentic. This is the first step. Only a Jivan Mukta can be a Bhakta. Not otherwise. Otherwise, all your devotion is just pseudo game. I have seen people chanting this Vishnu Sahasranama. They will go to the morning to the puja room. Vishwam Vishnu Vashatkara Bodha Bhavya Bhadra Udatma Bodhavatma. After 5 minutes, they will be seeing the last, side number. Oh, it's only 300. I have to do 1,000 more. You can see. And these kind of people will never ever enter into the puja room second time in the whole day. Morning they will go on like a ritual. It's not devotion. It's a business bargain. If they don't do that, if something happens in the day, they will connect, oh, because I did not do that, that's why this suffering came. They will connect and see. Because they don't want that suffering and irritation, they will finish it morning as a ritual. I think if you understand what I am saying and fit in your life, you will see very clearly how you are playing with you and how you claim you have devotion. Understand? The first devotion is devotion towards your prarabdha without having mind. First, trusting you. Next, trusting the cosmos. Unless you trust you to live without the mind, how are you going to trust anybody else? Mind is so powerful, cunning. It convinces you. Without it, you cannot run your life, but swallows your whole being by itself. It's like one guy says, I'll be your security, I will not allow anybody to touch you, and he kills you, that's all. Finally, he kills you. That's all is the mind. That's exactly the mind. In North India I have seen, please understand this one example. Even in my native place, Arunachala, I have seen these monkeys from the hill, they will come down to the temple and the city and they will make big mess. They will disturb all the people. In the village, there will be people who will catch the monkeys and take them back to the hill and leave it. and for 6 months they won't come down. Again, after 6 months they will come down. It's a routine. And they have a simple method of catching that monkeys. A small glass they will take, and they will open the backside also, that glass. And they will make a small rope along the rope and keep that rope near. That side, backside of the glass, they will keep a sweet. This monkey will put the hand through the glass, water glass, and hold that sweet. And after he closes his fingers, he can't take it out. The fist won't come out. This fool, if he leaves that sweet, he can take it out. But he will not do. He does not have that simple intelligence, or he does not want to do. He will try to take the sweet and take the hand out. And he will be struggling. Slowly that hunter will come and catch the monkey and put it in the cage and take him. Just that simple thing, he cannot let go.